Welcome back to Explained in Minutes series. Today we are going to discuss about TextBlob. It is a simplified text processing Python library. So without a further ado, let's get straight to the video. Welcome to ASA Learning. Today we are going to see complete TextBlob library and the uses of it. To install this, we have to give pip install TextBlob in our CMD. So I'll copy this command, I'll paste it here, and it is successfully installed. We have imported TextBlob package, and now we have a string called as text. We have spell mistakes in this particular line. You can see welcome to TextBlob introduction by ASA Learning. The spelling of welcome, introduction and learning is wrong here. Let's correct it using TextBlob library. For that we have to create a TextBlob object. I'll name the object as blob equals, let's use the TextBlob library. I will pass in the text. So let's run these two cells. In order to correct the spelling, it is really simple. We are going to use the above object and use correct function, and if I run this cell, it should correct my above sentence. As you can see here, it has returned a TextBlob object. Let me print it. You will see the text now. As you can see in the output, the spelling has been corrected. Welcome to TextBlob introduction by ASA Learning. So the spelling has been corrected in just a single line by using TextBlob library. And now let's correct a complete paragraph, and we will see other uses of TextBlob library. As you all know, India has beaten Australia recently. So this paragraph is from Rishabh Pant. I have typed it out and intentionally made some of the spelling errors here. Again, I have assigned it to a string called as Rishabh, and I have created a blob object, and if I run these cells, it should give me the corrected para. Now you can compare both the text. Biggest, so it has corrected out. Team, and when I was not playing has been incredible. So playing and incredible are been corrected. It's a dream come true, so it's a dream come true. You have the corrected spelling. I won't say the TextBlob is 100% accurate when it comes to spell checking. It is like 3/4 of accuracy, almost close to 75% accurate if you are correcting spelling in your text. But for this para, it has actually given me 100% accurate. I don't see any mistake in these sentences. Next, we can also detect the language of our text. In this case, the language of this text is English. Now let's see whether the TextBlob detects it. We will use the blob object again. We have detect language. Let's see what it returns. It has given me English. And now I have assigned the corrected para to another variable here, which is called as corrected text. So let's run this cell. So corrected text variable has the corrected para that we are going to use going forward. And now let's see the other uses. We will use the corrected text itself, and we can convert the complete text to uppercase by giving upper. It has converted everything to uppercase. The same applies to lowercase as well. All you have to do is to call the lower. You can also do this by string, but even TextBlob object supports these things. And now let's move on to two important things, which is polarity and subjectivity. These things will be useful when you are doing sentiment analysis in your NLP projects, but for now we will see just the basics of it. And now let's see the polarity and subjectivity of our corrected text. 0.71 is the polarity score here, which means it is a positive statement that is given by Rishabh Pant. So which is close to 1. So 1 indicates positive statement and -1 indicates a negative statement. We can also see the subjectivity score here. We got 0.7375, which is close to 1. In that case, it indicates the text is a subjective one. Subjectivity is nothing but it is almost a public opinion, and it needs to be analyzed for the facts. So if the score is close to 0, it means it is objective. If it is close to 1, it means it is a subjective statement. And now let's move on to other uses. We can separate sentences from our complete text and return it as a list. You can see it has returned a list which has separated the sentences from our paragraph. So each and every sentence is been separated out. We can also get the list of words here. We are going to use the corrected text variable, and we have words. So it will separate each and every word in our complete paragraph. And not only that, you can get the word count, how many times the word has repeated in the complete paragraph. For example, if you give the word counts, it will return you a dictionary. Here the word it has repeated 4 times, one has repeated 1 time, so it has given a key and a value pair which indicates the frequency of a given word. For example, team. So if you go back to the paragraph and you can see team has been repeated twice here. The support the team has given. So here he has used the word team, and the team management always backs used the word team twice in the paragraph, and it has returned a dictionary with a key and value pair where team is the word and 2 indicates it has been repeated twice in the complete paragraph. And now let's get this part of speech tags. This is really important in our NLP projects going forward, but now let's see the basics of it. You have something called as tags. So if you give your blob object dot tags, you will get the complete tag which indicates the part of speech. For example, it is a PRP. So PRP, I have given the complete list of parts of speech here. So PRP indicates personal pronoun. So it is nothing but personal pronoun here. For each and every word, you will have the part of speech tagging here. For example, and is a CC, which is conjunction. Have is a VBP, which is verb past tense. Always is a RB, which is an adverb. So you will get the complete parts of speech tagging here, which is very much used in NLP projects. So going forward, we will discuss all these things in detail when we do an NLP project in our ASA Learning YouTube channel. Here I have given the complete list of parts of speech for your reference in this notebook itself. This is the favorite part. You can translate your complete text in a single line. You have a method called as translate. Let's see what the documentation says. This is used to translate the blob into another language. This actually uses Google Translate API. So this is very much useful. In a single line, you can convert to your language for the given text. To convert, we will give 2 equals the code for the language. Now let's convert this to Tamil. If I give TA, it converts the complete para to Tamil. இது என் வாழ்க்கையில் மிகப்பெரிய நாட்களில் ஒன்றாகும். You can see it is almost accurate when it comes to translation as it uses Google API. Let's convert to Kannada. The code for Kannada is KN. ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಾಗಿದೆ. Let's see how Malayalam works. Yeah, the paragraph has been converted to Malayalam, to Hindi. यह मेरे जीवन के सबसे बड़े दिनों में से एक है. It is pretty much good. Even to Telugu. You can see the text complete in Telugu. To French, to German, to Spanish, to any language of your desire. I'll just try to read this. Forgive me if I am wrong in my Spanish pronunciation. I'm just learning Spanish. Es uno de los días más importantes de mi vida. You can see in a single line of code we have converted our complete text to any language of your desire using TextBlob library. So I guess I have covered almost all of the basics when it comes to TextBlob introduction. And do note, you can also give your text files as input and convert it as a whole chunk. If you want to know the file operations and folder operations, you will get the pop-up above. Click on that link. On how to use OS module, we have already explained in our previous videos. And now let's discuss the practical usage of TextBlob library. It is mainly used in the area of sentiment analysis in natural language processing, especially in classification, naive Bayes, decision tree algorithms. It can also be used for tokenization, which is splitting the text into words and sentences, and to check the word and phrase frequencies, noun phrase extraction, part of speech tagging, and majorly I would say it is very much used in the NLP projects, especially in sentiment analysis. So if you find this video useful, give a like. Comment your queries below. I'll try to answer all your queries, and don't forget to subscribe to ASA Learning and hit that bell icon. See you all in the next video. Take a pound.